I thought that was a good basketball game. Both teams obviously played really hard, and I thought our UMass team played, I don't want to say as well as we can, but almost as good as we can as far as how we attacked offensively and did a very good job defensively. I didn't know if we could cover Nicholson, but we played a little bit of zone, and I thought being able to double team him made the game a little bit difficult on him. I think he's one of the, if not the best, one of the best players in the league. So it was a good road win after kind of a weird couple days trying to get here and also finally arriving. But the team responded, and the seniors, the few of them that I have, I thought actually really stepped up and played well and played like seniors, which you have to have if you're going to win a road game in conference.
Derek, they used the run to cut it to 2 early in the second half. Out of the timeout, Gurley comes out and makes a tough shot for the and one. How big was that play in terms of keeping momentum?
I thought, other than putting Matt Hill in the game, I thought that was the play of the game. I thought they had cut it to 2. They had the momentum, and we ran kind of an ISO for him where he just made a nice strong move and got an and one, I believe, and got the lead back up to 5, which was a kind of a pivotal time in the game. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he made another big basket shortly thereafter. So he played like a senior. I mean, he played like a big-time player today. 9 for 17, didn't force it, and ended up with 28. On a road game is tough to do in this conference.
Was he walking a little gingerly in the second half? And you were taking him in and out a little bit more than you might.
I forget why I was taking him in. I was just trying to get him some time on the bench. It seemed like he played, I guess it was only 29 minutes, but it seemed like he was out there for 49. So I was just trying to give him some blows here and there. And then it's a little offensive defense. I want him to be fresh for his free throws, and I wanted to keep Matt Hill in the game in the zone.
You talk about your defense a little bit more. Not only did you take away Nicholson, but you also took away Conger and Ogle, the point guard.
Yeah, our guys did a nice job of really packing it in and trying to make them beat us from the outside with kind of contested threes. And a lot of times when you don't hit them early, it affects your confidence a little bit, and you kind of go away from some of the shots that you've knocked down in previous games or throughout the season. We've had it happen to us on numerous occasions, so I know.
Were you concerned about Wright at all because he was coming off?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's impressed me on tape. He's played some really good basketball, and I believe he had 8 at the half. And he's going to be a very nice player for them, as long as he keeps working hard and doing what he's been doing, because he's given them a boost in their last couple games.
Derek, this game is this as much everybody playing the role that you want them to play? Really up and down?
It was pretty close. I thought everybody tried to do what's asked of them. Obviously guys can give you a little more or play a little harder at times, but it seemed like they all were on the same page, which is good.
Derek, explain what happened in your trip, even last night. When did you get in last night?
We arrived across the street at the hotel about, I'd say about 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, in the morning.
Did you have problems with your bus?
Well, then we had problems with our bus this afternoon for our shoot-around. It didn't start, so we...
but you stayed here, right?
Yeah, we stayed here last night.
What, you got into Bradford what time last night? Around
it had to be about 12:30, 12:30,
Yep.
and then, the trip down. But you know what? It happens. I mean, you're traveling so much, and I don't want to say an emergency landing, but just having some, road woes, I guess, can happen quite frequently. And I thought our guys did a nice job of responding, and they got a day off from practice, so they might have been actually happy about some of the stuff.
But you guys are kind of creatures of routine too, so do you kind of worry when your routine is disrupted like that?
I was very worried. One, because I think St. Bonaventure is a very good team, and 2, because we were totally off our routine. And when you have a lot of, I'd say, a few old guys and mostly young guys, you don't know how they're going to respond. And then to have the bus kind of shut down us on and they were nice enough here to send some vans over to pick us up. But to have the bus shut down, I was like, the karma's not quite right for this trip. But that everybody's safe. Really, to me, was the most important thing. Whether we, played well, didn't, whatever. It was nice that everybody was safe in here as a group.
Derek, two straight conference road wins. Does that say something about your development, the way the guys have handled those two?
I think so. I mean, I hope that it shows that we're maturing some. But tomorrow's practice, they could act immature again, and then I'll be feeling differently. So it's just weird in college coaching. The highs and lows or the ebbs and flows of your team just go from one extreme to the other sometimes. So you try to get away from that where it's more steady and that they play well or the way you want them to more often. So.
Anthony, coming out of the timeout where they pulled within 2, you made the play for the and one. How big was that play at that time in the game?
I think it was a pretty big play. I mean, they had started to go on the run, and it was good for our team to kind of get a play that put the momentum back on our side. So I think it was a big play in that point in the game.
Does this say something about the way you guys are maturing to have taken care of two games in a row?
I think it says that. You know, we went out on the road. This was a tough environment, and you know, the last couple of days haven't really been easy for us. But we just stuck together as a family and as a team, and you know, we came out with the win. I'm very proud of the way my teammates came out and played tonight, and I couldn't be happier. And you know, we just looking forward to Sunday now. We got a tough game against Rhode Island.
Anthony, did you find the trip distraction, just the way the whole schedule got thrown off or whatever?
It could have been easy for it to be a distraction, but myself and my teammates, we really showed that we were focused. You know, we tried not to let the adversity that we were facing get in the way of what we had to do. We knew we came here for a game, and we couldn't control those type of situations that happen. So we came out here. The coaches put in a very good game plan for us. We walked through in the airport last night, and we had a great shoot around today. So I definitely felt the focus level was very high prior to the game, and I think that showed out there tonight. I think we really set the tone early defensively, and we came out and executed the game plan.
It had to be a surreal experience just going through the whole thing with the airplanes. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. You know, you never know what's going on, and it's that high in the air, so you know it's not easy to not panic. But you know, the flight attendants just said we got an emergency landing, and they smelled smoke in the cockpit. So you know, they did a great job of getting us back on the ground and getting us off the plane immediately.